The sun beats down relentlessly on the Syrian border, casting a harsh, almost blinding light over the arid landscape. Here the air shimmers with heat, and the land seems to stretch on forever, marked by the scars of conflict and the tension of uncertainty. In the distance, dust clouds billow and swirl, kicked up by the movement of armored vehicles and convoys. The ground trembles with the weight of engines and the anticipation of what's to come. But this isn't a sandstorm rolling in from the desert. This is the chaos of battle. Explosions echo across the plains, and the sharp crack of gunfire pierces the heavy air. Every moment here is charged with danger. High above it all, a Turkish Bayraktar TB2 drone circles with silent precision, its advanced camera systems capturing every movement below. From this vantage point, nothing escapes its watchful eye. Friend or foe, every action is recorded and relayed in real time. This is the cutting edge of Turkish military power, modern, vigilant, and always ready to respond. Soldiers on the ground are equipped with the latest technology, working in tandem with their eyes in the sky. As a war correspondent, I've seen a lot of conflicts in my time. I've walked through battlefields where the line between life and death is razor thin, and I've witnessed the courage and fear that war brings out in people. From the brutal gang wars that tear through South American cities to the relentless firefights in the mountains of Afghanistan, I've reported from some of the world's most dangerous places. I felt the ground shake from nearby explosions, and I've seen civilians scramble for cover as chaos erupts around them. The reality of war is always raw, always unpredictable. But here in Turkey, there's a different atmosphere, a sense of constant vigilance, but also of resilience. The people and the military alike are always alert, always prepared for whatever might come next. For centuries, Turkish families have lived with conflict on their doorstep. Generations have grown up knowing that the threat of war is never far away, shaping a culture of endurance and adaptability. This history has forged a people who are tough, resourceful, and unyielding. Whether it's soldiers in training or civilians facing hardship, there's a shared determination to survive and thrive. Turkey doesn't hesitate to display its military strength. Parades, exercises, and deployments all send a clear message. They are ready and willing to defend their interests. With the second largest military force in NATO after the United States, Turkey's presence is impossible to ignore. Their troops are well-trained, disciplined, and experienced in real-world combat. Turkish fighter jets roar overhead, and military exercises showcase their formidable capabilities. This is a nation that's not afraid to flex its muscles on the world stage. Turkish boots are firmly on the ground in Syria, where they play a pivotal role in shaping the conflict and maintaining their strategic interests. Their reach extends far beyond their borders, into Libya, North Africa, and other hotspots where Turkish forces are actively involved. This isn't a military that sits back and watches from afar. Turkish forces are out there on the front lines, making a stand and shaping the future of the region with every step they take. Turkey has a reputation built not just on words, but on a long history of decisive action. In this part of the world, strength is often measured by what you do, not just what you say. The Turkish military is a symbol of that philosophy, and their presence is felt everywhere, from the bustling cities to the remote borderlands. Some say they're more comfortable with action than with diplomacy. When you watch them train, you can see that mindset in every movement. Their drills are intense, their focus unwavering, and their commitment to readiness is clear. For them, preparation is not just a routine, it's a way of life. Maybe that's why they've got over 400,000 active troops, thousands of tanks, and a modern air force that rivals many in the region. Their armored divisions roll out with precision, and their pilots are trained to respond at a moment's notice. They train hard too, pushing themselves to the limit in every exercise. These boys are ready for anything. Whether it's a sudden crisis or a long-term mission, they stand prepared to answer the call. The sense of duty among these young soldiers is palpable, and you can see the pride in their eyes as they gear up for whatever comes next. I've spent time with soldiers all over the world, and I can tell you the Turkish military doesn't mess around. Their professionalism and determination set them apart. They take their responsibilities seriously, knowing that the stakes are always high. They're disciplined, well-equipped, and they mean business. They have to be, because every day brings new challenges. Their equipment is state-of-the-art, and their leaders demand the best from every unit. This is a force that's always on alert, always improving. Look at a map. Turkey is surrounded by potential flashpoints. With borders touching volatile regions, the pressure never really lets up. Every direction presents a different set of risks, and the military must be ready to respond at any time. They don't have the luxury of being complacent. Vigilance is a necessity, not a choice, and for the Turkish military, staying sharp is the only way to ensure the safety and security of their nation. It's not just about numbers, though. It's about experience. And the Turkish military has plenty of it. They've been involved in conflicts in Syria, Libya, and Azerbaijan in recent years. They've seen the reality of war up close and personal. In Syria, they've been fighting against ISIS and other groups. In Libya, they supported the UN-backed government. And in Azerbaijan, they helped their allies win a decisive victory. These weren't training exercises. These were real-world conflicts. The Turkish military has learned from these experiences. They've honed their skills, tested their equipment, and developed new tactics. They've also shown the world that they're a force to be reckoned with. And then there are the special forces. These guys are the elite of the elite. Units like the Bordeaux Berets are renowned for their toughness and their ability to operate behind enemy lines. They're highly trained, highly motivated, and they're equipped with the best gear available. They're Turkey's secret weapon. But it's not just about boots on the ground. Turkey has also invested heavily in drone technology. Their TB2 drones have been making headlines around the world. They're relatively cheap. They're effective. They've been used to devastating effect in several conflicts. The TB2 is a game changer. It gives Turkey the ability to project power without putting its pilots at risk. It's a sign of a modern military adapting to the changing face of warfare. To truly grasp the scale of Turkey's military power, you first need to look at a map. Geography is destiny, and for Turkey, that destiny is unique. Turkey sits at the crossroads of three continents: Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. This isn't just a point on a map, it's a position that has shaped the nation's identity for centuries. With borders touching 8 different countries, Turkey is surrounded by a complex web of neighbors, some allies, some rivals, and some unpredictable. This strategic location is both a blessing and a challenge, making Turkey a key player in regional and global affairs. Throughout history, this geography has forced Turkey to be vigilant. From ancient empires to modern times, the need to defend its land has shaped its military traditions, strategies, and mindset. Every border crossing, every checkpoint, and every patrol is a reminder that Turkey can never let its guard down. The stakes are simply too high. That's why the Turkish military is always training, always preparing, and always adapting. They know that threats can emerge from any direction, at any time. Their readiness isn't just a slogan, it's a way of life. Turkish forces are disciplined, highly trained, and ready to respond at a moment's notice. With cutting-edge equipment, elite units, and a deep sense of national duty, Turkey stands as one of the world's most formidable military powers. Their strength is no accident. It's a product of necessity, history, and relentless preparation. Don't underestimate them.